And they're off. Silver Bullet Lady out very sharply from the outside, but Signature Ring has also shown up with some early speed. These two have opened up a quick 3 lengths on the trailing pair of Julie's Mist and Dreaming of Hope. Signature Ring, despite being outbroke, has taken the advantage on Silver Bullet Lady. She leads by a neck as they race within the half-mile pole. 2 lengths back to Julie's Mist, who's traveling well in third at 4-5, and the clear trailer now is Dreaming of Hope. 22 and 3 for the opening quarter, 3 furlongs left to travel, and Signature Ring still being hounded by Silver Bullet Lady. Julie's Mist is biding her time in third, just a length and a half off of the leaders, and it's another 5 to Dreaming of Hope. At the quarter pole, it is still Signature Ring, Silver Bullet Lady, and Julie's Mist. They're 3 across the track. Now Julie's Mist is trying to range up to Signature Ring. Signature Ring with a short lead, but now Julie's Mist takes control at the 8th pole. Julie's Mist has the lead. Late rally from Dreaming of Hope, but Julie's Mist is drawing clear. Julie's Mist and Jeffrey Alderson open up the day with a 3-length score. Dreaming of Hope just got up for second over Signature Ring. 5.5 in 106 and 1. And they're off. Forest Flash out best from the center, being taken on early by Rise My Guy. Also showing some speed is the Dream Listener. It's a gap of 4 more back to Short Story Long and the trailer Le Grand Garçon. Forest Flash secures the advantage, taking mild pressure from the Dream Listener to the inside. Rise My Guy is taken back to a stalking spot on the outside in third. They move into the turn and complete the opening quarter in 23 and 1, and now Forest Flash lets out a notch. He's opened up 2. Rise My Guy into second past the Dream Listener. It's well back to Short Story Long and Le Grand Garçon, who races a pair. Just over a quarter of a mile to go, and Forest Flash is moving well with a 3-length advantage over Rise My Guy. They swing for the drive. The Dream Listener is tired. It is Forest Flash on top. Rise My Guy still in contention from second. Le Grand Garçon trying to rally from the outside into third. It's still Forest Flash, but Rise My Guy is right there. Rise My Guy puts the head in front. Forest Flash tries to come back on, but Rise My Guy has the advantage. It's Rise My Guy and Kirk Johnson win by almost 2. Forest Flash second over a late charging Le Grand Garçon. Then Short Story Long. 5.5 in 104 and 4. And they're off. Juana's Legacy was out slowly. My Math is Correct and Best in Class are both showing speed. Now the Greet PJ rushes up in the 3-path to join the early fray, but My Math is Correct with the ears forward will secure the lead, drifting out as they race into the opening turn. The Great PJ is quite wide on the course with Best in Class. There's lots of room up the inside for British Sea, who takes the lead as My Math is Correct blows the turn. The complexion has changed drastically here. There's been a lot of trouble in the early running. Now it's a 3-way duel for the lead between Juana's Legacy racing in between Glinton Daddy's Eye and British Sea. 24 and 2 for the opening quarter in this messily run race. Good position now for Best in Class, who's stalking the trio about 3 lengths back. Then it's well back to the great PJ, who was bothered badly by My Math is Correct, trailing the field as they roll into the far turn. Juana's Legacy and British Sea duel for the lead. Glinta's Daddy's Eye is in the 3 path right there in contention. Best in Class needs to pick up the bit as they race into the far turn. Then the great PJ and My Math is Correct. 48 flat for the half. It looks like it's these 3, and now the advantage goes to Glint and Daddy's Eye. It's Glint and Daddy's Eye and Kirk Johnson a length on top as they swing for home. British Sea responds as Juana's Legacy begins to tire. Best in Class tries to rally. It's Glint and Daddy's Eye. Best in Class coming down the far outside. British Sea still there along the rail, but Glint and Daddy's Eye is drawing clear in the final 16th of a mile. It's Glint and Daddy's Eye. Kirk Johnson going on to win 2 in a row by a diminishing 2 lengths. Best in Class rallied late. British Sea was third, then Juana's Legacy. About 7 furlongs and 126 and 2. And they're off. Stumbling at the start and losing the rider was Commander Joe. Showing speed is Forester Humor with Mobilizer. Attestation is sitting in third as the loose horse advances into the pack. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're on the rail, we advise you back away. Palace Prince is racing in fourth as the loose horse slips in front of the field now. The trailer is Star Scholar. Forester Humor and Mobilizer trying to navigate away from the loose horse, who's now clear. Attestation is racing in third on the outside. Palace Prince just 2 lengths off the leader, and the clear lead now belongs to Forester Humor. At the back still, Star Scholar. 22 and 3 for the opening quarter, and now Forester Humor tries to slip away. He's up by nearly 2. Attestation is traveling well into second as Mobilizer begins to tire. Star Scholar is angled to the outside and is passing Palace Prince as Hay tries to launch a rally. 45 and 2 to the half. It's Forester Humor dealing with the bid of Attestation, who puts the head in front. Star Scholar coming down the outside. Attestation now has the clear advantage. It's Attestation. He's opened up 3. The threat is Star Scholar coming down the outside, but Attestation still moving well. It's Attestation and Chris Husband. Star Scholar coming once again, but Attestation will hold on. Attestation by 3/4 of a length over Star Scholar, then Palace Prince and Forester Humor. 6 furlongs and 110 and 4. And they're off. Play the Dots was out a bit slowly. If You Insist broke well from the outside with So-Called Vacation and Speedy Bullet also showing speed. The favorites will be making the pace. Lonrose Gamble is about 5 lengths off of them with Play the Dots to his outside. The advantage now goes to If You Insist, who's a length clear as they race into the opening turn. So-Called Vacation now reapplies the pressure from the inside, giving stalking position to Speedy Bullet as they complete the opening quarter in a quick 23 and 4. 2 more lengths to Lonrose Gamble, racing on the inside of Play the Dots. They're about 5 lengths off the lead as they turn into the backside. If You Insist now re-brakes a bit, lets out a notch, and is now 3/4 of a length better than So-Called Vacation. Speedy Bullet is on the outside, stalking the pace. 2.5 lengths better than Play the Dots and Lonrose Gamble. Not much has changed. The half was 47 and 1. If You Insist and Chris Husband still lead the way. So-Called Vacation is still second. Speedy Bullet tries to take closer order from the outside. It's now 4 lengths back to Play the Dots and Lonrose Gamble. If You Insist is opened up 2. So-Called Vacation is still second. Speedy Bullet tried to launch a bid but is now stalling a bit from the outside. Lonrose Gamble is going better than Play the Dots from the back but still has 10 lengths to make up on the leaders. If You Insist is cantered over in a 3-length lead. 111 and 3 for 3/4. It's If You Insist, not asked for anything yet by Chris Husbands as they turn for the drive. It's If You Insist up by 3. So-Called Vacation tries to find another gear as Speedy Bullet tires, but at the 8th pole, If You Insist is kicking clear. If You Insist, a powerful victory here in the 6th. He's drawing away in the final 16th of a mile. It's If You Insist and Chris Husbands by 5. So-Called Vacation was second, then Speedy Bullet and Lonrose Gamble. 144 flat. And they're off. In It to Win It was out slowly. Naughty and Nice is showing speed with Brilliant Disguise. Kid Gizmo under a hold to settle in a stalking position on the inside with Silent Patsy racing 2 deep. Holiday in Jail is going to be 3 wide into the opening turn. Mike and the Viking and Towns of Breeze share position towards the back, and the trailer after the poor beginning is In It to Win It. Naughty and Nice is skipped clear and opened up 3 lengths on Brilliant Disguise. Kid Gizmo is stalking from the inside, saving ground with Silent Patsy angling to the far outside. Holiday in Jail is taken back a bit. Towns of Breeze and Mike and the Viking continue to share position, and still at the back is In It to Win It. 23 and 3 for the opening quarter. It's Naughty and Nice looking to take this field gate to wire. Kid Gizmo is trying to take closer order from second. Brilliant Disguise and Silent Patsy are also right there. It's a gap of 4 more to Holiday in Jail as they roll into the sunset turn. Towns of Breeze launches her rally. She's gathering momentum as they pass the half in 47 flat. At the back are Mike and the Viking and In It to Win It. Naughty and Nice still has the lead, but Kid Gizmo is looming large, angling to the 2-path. Holiday in Jail and Towns of Breeze are both rallying. They swing for home. It's Naughty and Nice trying to shake clear of Kid Gizmo. Room up the inside for Holiday in Jail. Towns of Breeze is there. Kid Gizmo takes the lead from Naughty and Nice. It's Kid Gizmo and Juan Crawford. Towns of Breeze trying to make a late rally, trying to get up for second past the tired Naughty and Nice, but Kid Gizmo is best. It's Kid Gizmo and Juan Crawford to win by 3. Naughty and Nice second, then Holiday in Jail, Towns of Breeze, and a late closing In It to Win It. 125 flat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fort Erie Racetrack on a bit of an overcast Tuesday afternoon. So far the weather's held up. We had a bit of a spritz of rain as I was walking in, but it seems to have passed. Mostly cloudy, 23 degrees Celsius or 73 Fahrenheit. A slight wind at 5 miles per hour coming out of the west. The main track is fast and the turf is firm with the rail out 6 feet. 29 minutes to first post. Visit our website, fortierieracing.com, for information about everything going on here at the track. Tune into the pre-race show to get info about the track conditions, scratches and changes, handicapping selections, and info about upcoming races and events. Racing is back next week at Fort Erie, Sunday, July 13th for Wiener Dog Day. First post will be 12:15. Then Monday, July 14th, will be starting at 4:30. If you're on track with us today, stick around. After the last race, we'll have our free concert at the Tiki Bar featuring Cottage Brew. Wiener Dog races come back to Fort Erie on Sunday, coming up July 13th. Admission is free. Post time is 12:15. And for more dog racing action, the Basset Hounds and Corgis are coming back to Fort Erie on Sunday, August 17th. Fort Foodie Fest returns Sunday, July 27th. Don't miss out on the delicious action starting at noon. Mark your calendars. The 90th running of the Prince of Wales Stakes will take place on Tuesday, September 9th. New this year for Prince of Wales Day, we'll be having the fashion contest. Come out to see who will be crowned the best dressed at the 90th Prince of Wales. And for Prince of Wales Day this year, we'll have new merch. For $10, you can get your 90th Prince of Wales coffee mug. Be sure to book your table in the Turfside Dining Room, open on live racing days. Reservations are recommended. Head down to the Paddock Shack for burgers, hot dogs, sausages, fries, and poutine, plus beer and soft drinks, located near the walking ring. Treat your team to an exciting day at the races. It's only $12.39 per person. The track pack includes 1 food item, 1 drink, and a Fort Erie live racing program. For more information, go to our website. Become a member of HPIBet.com today. Get $100 when you bet $100, plus your first bet is on us. We're having non-winning ticket draws today at Fort Erie. Bring your non-winning tickets to the customer service desk for your chance to enter the prize draw. Today's prize draw includes the Prince of Wales 90th running coffee mug. Tune into Your TV Niagara for the Fort Erie Race Replay Show, Channel 700, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. Want to say thank you to our partners at Oneida, New Holland of Niagara for providing us with a new tractor for our maintenance this season. Jackpot High Five wagering offered in Race 6 today. The carryover is up to $15,797.27. Smoking is allowed in designated areas only at Fort Erie Racetrack. No food or beverage are allowed in these areas, and no cannabis is permitted on the property. Coming up next are today's changes. The changes are sparse today. Race 1 is clear, no changes in the first. In Race 2, also clear, no changes. In Race 3, we have an overweight on the number 2, Black Hills Sheriff. The rider will be 2 pounds over at 120. Race 4 is clear, no changes in the fourth. In Race 5, we have a steward scratch of the number 1, Valerian Sky. Take out the 1. And in Race 6, there are no changes. Back at it for another card of racing here at Fort Erie. 6 races for this Tuesday. We're still on the turf. The weather seems to be holding in our favor. Let's take a look at our selections for today's card. Race 1 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race this year or which have never won 4. It's a field of 5 to kick off the pick 4 wager. We're going a distance of 6 furlongs. We've got a Woodbine shipper in this race. The number 3, Alberta Be Mine, comes down for trainer Jelko Kretschmar. Leo Salas will have the mount. Alberta Be Mine ran a really good second, non-threatening, but a good race behind Gizmo's BFF and a starter optional 10. Gizmo's BFF rattled off 3 wins in a row to kick off her Woodbine season. Very in-form horse. Came back for 7,500 on June 20th, got bumped at the start, angled very wide, and just did not fire with her best. Going to see if she takes to the dirt, and hopefully she can get back to her better efforts. Alberta Be Mine, probably a deserving favorite here. Number 5, Ashkar Nelly, goes for Edgar Zenteno and Kevin Buttigieg. Was second best behind Chrome's Big Break on July 1st over a sloppy track at this level. Chrome's Big Break, obviously a super consistent sprinter here at the Border Oval. Ashkar Nelly does very well over this track. She had a couple of wins here last year. She's got a little bit of speed. She should be forwardly placed and definitely looks like the main threat to Alberta Be Mine. Number 3, the number 1, Heading West. She was disappointing in her first start of the season on opening day. But you look at some of her races last year, she's definitely capable of better. She's an inconsistent horse, but her good races are enough to put her in the hunt here. Race 2 is a maiden allowance race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. We're going 6 furlongs to kick off the pick 5 on today's card. Another race with a very heavy favorite, the number 2, Silent Passion. I think she'll be tough to beat here. She ran an okay 4th in an off-turf maiden special weight on June 10th behind Brilliant Disguise, Justify Perfection, some very well-bred horses there. Claimed for $10,000 by the Nick Malini outfit at the end of the Woodbine meet last year. Edgar Zenteno and Nick Malini team up on this one. I just don't think there's much to beat here. Number 3, Faithful Gift, got beat ahead by the American shipper Arrivederci for $4,000 on June 15th. Picked up quite a few checks at the $4,000 level last year, obviously stepping up in class here, but again, just not much to beat. The Chicago barn is performing well. Melanie Pinto on a good run of successful riding in the last few weeks. Faithful Gift in the hunt. And on the outside, number 5, Real Love is Lucky. Showed speed and got tired to be 3rd when making her first start of the season for $8,000 last week. Again, not getting in a very tough group, and we know she has some speed. Second start off the layoff, Deshaun Gaskin riding this one for trainer Scott Fairley. Race 3 is a maiden claimer for 3-year-olds and up, going about 5 furlongs over the turf course for a price of $4,000 down to $3,750. Big field of 9 to kick off the late pick 4. I've gone to the number 7, War Empire. War Empire is a lightly raced 5-year-old. He's done his best running on the turf at Woodbine. He had a 2nd place for maiden special weight up there last June. Obviously, this horse has problems. He was in the Donnie McRae barn at the start of the season. They dropped him right in for $15,000. He finished a non-threatening 5th, but that was a 14-horse field. He did beat the vast majority of them. Now they sent him down here to Kevin Buttigieg. He's plunging in for $4,000. He likes the turf. Chris Husbands, riding well, should be tough to beat. Number 6, Burkus, a Larry Ravelli trainee sent up to Jimmy Goldenberg. Burkus, last race at Hawthorne in May, and only got beat 2 1/4 lengths in a 20,000 maiden claimer, going 5/8 there. Obviously taking big class edge here. He was entered here a few weeks ago and was a steward scratch when the race come off the turf. He's obviously a turf horse. Terry Husband's going to ride this one. Definitely a contender. War Empire, not a cinch. In for the show spot, number 3, Final Run for Love. Consistent. 5 runner-up finishes and 10 lifetime starts. 2nd best behind class-dropping Screen Legend last time. 2nd best behind Woodbine Shipper, the Dream Listener, the time before. Only time on the turf he ran 2nd. That was over a yielding course in a smaller field. Actually, it wasn't much smaller. It was 8. But it wasn't a very good field. This is tougher. Edgar Zenteno going to ride Final Run for Love for trainer Bill McMahon for the first time. Should pick up another check. Race 4 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3. We're going 6 1/2 furlongs for a price of $6,250 down to $6,000. Field of 8 to kick off the final pick 3. I've looked to the outside, number 8, Canadian Avro. Claimed for $7,500 at Woodbine back in June. Ran 3rd that day behind the very back classy Napa Spirit. Joe Humber and Gerald Erfel now have this one. They've taken their time. They're putting the blinkers back on, and they're dropping him in for $6,250. He's got a little bit of speed. We'll see how he takes to the dirt, but I think Canadian Avro is definitely a contender in his first start for the new barn. They had a winner yesterday with Attestation. Number 2, Coherence. Probably the horse to beat here, the top selection of Ashley Mayu. Coherence showed speed and was able to stay clear of Star Scholar in the stretch to win a $6,250 non-2 when shipping down from Woodbine a couple of weeks ago. Has the speed. Cheyenne Kerr has done well with limited mounts here at Fort Erie this season. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets loose on the lead. The only other real speed threat could be Canadian Avro, maybe 40 Flash, but I think Coherence could be quick out of the gate again. Number 6, Fast and Ready. Another one coming from the Danny Wills barn. This one was sent down by trainer Sittard. Ran an okay 5th in a route last time at Woodbine for 7,500. He got good last fall, but then tailed off again, and so far this year he hasn't really found that form again. Leo Salas has the mount. Matoli should like the dirt. We'll see what happens with Fast and Ready. Race 5 is a non-conditioned allowance race going 5.5 furlongs. Scratch the 1 Valyrian Sky. Solid field of 6 will go to gate here. This is the highlight of the card, highlight of the whole week. 2 standouts here. 7, Garofoli, set a track record in the long-run thoroughbred retirement stakes on Father's Day. 2, Victory March, was a good second in that race. Last year, won the Helsinki MSA and the long-run thoroughbred retirement. These are the 2 best older horses on the ground. I think Garofoli got a good shot to win again. He tried to make a misstep on the turn and was still able to recover and set a track record in the process. Juan Crawford and Tony Adamo, red-hot combo this meet. Garofoli looks primed to go for another win. Victory March, he was second best, didn't want to switch leads in the stretch, and that could be the difference between winning and losing with Garofoli here. Edgar Zenteno riding this one for John Sims. He is a monster in his own right. Had some big performances here last year. Even fared well up at Woodbine, didn't embarrass himself at all. So I expect Victory March with another good showing here. And for the show spot, I've gone with the number 3, Cost Basis, who I thought was very game to split horses and get up to win a starter optional 12-5 on June 15th. Obviously faces tougher here, but I really liked what he did in that win. Omar Marino rides this one for trainer Julie Mathis. Last race of the day, race 6 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2. About 7 furlongs over the turf course, first $6,250 down to $6,000. Jackpot High Five carryover is over $15,000 now. It's a pretty competitive field of 9. I've gone with a 6-1 morning line. Ashley sees this one the same as me, the number 8, Panyard Tap. Panyard Tap came down here a couple of weeks ago. They put him in a dirt sprint, which is not ideal for him, and he was sent to be part of the early pace. That's not what this horse wants to do. This horse wants to be taken back and make a late run on the turf, and that's what should happen today. Edgar Zenteno will ride this one for George Newland and Marlin of Jadon Racing. I wish he had a bit more of an inside post so you wouldn't be worried about being stuck wide, but if Panyard Tap works out a trip, I expect him to be rolling down the stretch. Number 1, Wolf Beach, has been dying to get back to 2 turns on the turf. He sprinted on the Tapeta at Woodbine and then went in an even shorter sprint on the dirt up here on June 10th. 2 good setup races, but you look at his form, 2 turns on turf is what he wants. He draws well. Juan Crawford with a nice turf win yesterday with Kid Gizmo. I expect a good run from Wolf Beach in this spot, despite being a... Then the number 7, Screen Legend. Broke his maiden pretty comfortably for $4,000 on the dirt on June 24th when taking the drop. You know he can handle the turf, though. Last year he was second behind Panyard Tap on the Woodbine turf. He should have some speed stretching out to the about 7 furlongs. Melanie Pinto rides this one for Mike Blake. 16 minutes to post for first race. Best of luck with all of your wagers and enjoy your day here at Fort Erie Racetrack.
It's easy to make a bet on HPIBet.com. Follow these simple steps and you'll be betting in no time. First, go to the HPIBet.com website. Sign in to your HPI Bet account. Find the track and race you want to bet on. Click on the Place Bet button. Click on the bet type you want to wager with. Click on the amount you want to wager. Click on the horse you want to wager on. Click on the green Place Bet button. Review your bet confirmation information. It's all done. Remember, all this can be done on most mobile devices. Now cheer on your pick to victory.
We kick off the Tuesday program here with a $5,000 claiming event for the fillies and mares. 6 furlongs on the main track here. Field of 5 going postward. I'll start with the outside runner in here, the number 5, Ash Carnelli, who was second best last time out while in for 47.50 over a sloppy track, but that's something to consider. It was over the slop. Chrome's big break was game in that effort, and just when it looked like Ash Carnelli might backpedal, I actually thought she was extremely game and fought on. So I like that performance from her. You can look at her record here over the main track. I like that she draws the outside, and last time out, she was a little bit more forward than those starts 2 and 3 back. I think that made a difference. So Ash Carnelli on top for me. The 3, Alberta Be Mine, is the 6-5 morning line favorite, and rightfully so. Obviously coming in from Woodbine, going to try the dirt for the first time. There's some question marks there. I'm not necessarily in love with the training track works up at Woodbine. Some of them are okay, some of them not so much. And just looking at the pedigree, being by Treasure Beach, I don't necessarily see dirt. Doesn't mean though she can't perform well here. She's dropping in class. A lot's going to go her way, and at least in the start 2 and 4 back, she showed some early speed. So I think a trip like that probably helps her. But for me, she's just a little bit of a short price to use on top against this group. So I did go elsewhere, as I mentioned, with the 5, Ash Carnelli. And finally, the 4, loaded question in here is a horse that can get pieces. We've seen that. We saw that 4 starts back. We know it was on the turf, but I just think looking at the spots that she's been against this year, the one try was on the grass. It was against tougher. She drops dramatically. Maybe she can get a piece in here. But I think the top 2 clearly are the 3 and the 5. And I'll give it to the 5, Ash Carnelli, as the top pick. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's first race. Race 1 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race in 2025 or which have never won 4 races. We're going for a claiming price of $5,000 down to $4,750, traveling a distance of 6 furlongs and competing for a purse of $15,750. Race 1 offers win, place, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent early pick 4 wagering. Race 1 post parade, number 1 is Heading West. Andre Martin riding for trainer Julie Mathis and owner Bruno Schickadans. Number 2 is Golden Spring. Chris Husbands in the saddle for trainer Ken Smith and owner Radcliffe Racing Stable. Number 3 is Alberta Be Mine racing for Bill Bristow. Leo Salas rides for trainer Jelko Kretschmar. Number 4, Loaded Question. Alexis Sanchez pilots for trainer Joe Humber and owner Joy Elkins. Completing the field is Colebrook Farms, number 5, Ash Carnelli. Edgar Zenteno rides for trainer Kevin Buttigieg. 3 minutes to post for race 1. Early pick 4 wager kicks off here. Starting gate moving into position. Last call to get your race 1 wagers in. They'll be heading to post shortly. Race 1 field behind the starting gate. It is now post time. First to go in is Heading West with Andre Martin. Gate 2 for Golden Spring and Chris Husbands. Alberta Be Mine comes in from Woodbine. Leo Salas aboard. Currently co-favored at even money. Loaded Question and Alexis Sanchez. Ash Carnelli and Edgar Zenteno will complete the field of 5. All set. Golden Spring sharpen the gate. And they're off. Golden Spring out best with Ash Carnelli on the outside. Now driving between horses is Loaded Question. Ash Carnelli racing in 4th on the outside in the early trailer, but not far off the leaders is Alberta Be Mine. Golden Spring with a half length now edges clear of Heading West, who takes back to be a clear second. Alberta Be Mine is looking to advance through the pack with Loaded Question to her outside and Ash Carnelli widest of all. The opening quarter was a quick 22 and 3, and that pace is still being set by Golden Spring, who's opened up 3 lengths. Ash Carnelli is now cruising well, inching closer with every stride from second. It's 2 lengths back to Loaded Question. Alberta Be Mine ridden along from 4th, and the distinct trailer now is Heading West. Midway round the turn, Ash Carnelli was bet down to 1-5 and now has an easy length lead on a tired Golden Spring. Alberta Be Mine under some left-handed encouragement as they pass the half in 46 and 1. Loaded Question 4th, Heading West trails. Ash Carnelli has given them the slip. It's Ash Carnelli opened up 3 and extending the margin with every stride. Alberta Be Mine fighting to get into second, but Golden Spring is finding enough as they come down to the wire. This is all Ash Carnelli. Ash Carnelli and Edgar Zenteno dominate the opener. They're going to win by 5. Golden Spring held second from Alberta Be Mine, and then Heading West, 1-12 and 4. Unofficial in race 1, the winner is number 5, Ash Carnelli. Second is the 2, Golden Spring. Third, number 3, Alberta Be Mine. And fourth, number 1, Heading West. Unofficial race 1 order, 5-2-3-1. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's first race, number 5, Ash Carnelli. Ash Carnelli is a 4-year-old bay filly by Passion for Action out of Fair Rose, a homebred here in Ontario for Colebrook Farms. Ridden to victory today by Edgar Zenteno, Ash Carnelli is trained by Kevin Buttigieg. First win of the season for Ash Carnelli, her 4th career win in 10 starts. She completes the 6 furlongs today in a time of 1:12:4. Congratulations to the connections of Ash Carnelli. Hold all tickets until race 1 is made official. And race 1 is now official. Prices are up. Ash Carnelli returns $240 to win, $220 and $210. Second, number 2, Golden Spring, $9 to place, $330. Third, number 3, Alberta Be Mine, $210 to show. $2 exacta, 5-2, 28.10. The $1 try, 5-2-3, 49.40. $1 super, 5-2-3-1, 58.40. If you're on track with us today, we're having non-winning ticket draws. Bring your non-winning tickets to the customer service desk to enter the prize draw. The prize today includes a Prince of Wales 90th running coffee mug. Race 2 is coming up in 21 minutes. There are no changes.
Nothing comes close to this. Elegant avatars of speed, sprinting towards glory. Hands grip with white-knuckled hope. Seats become decoration. As fearless drivers take flight, and it's closer than you think. Visit OntarioRacing.com.
Race 2 up next. This one for fillies and mares. Maiden special weight competition here. 6 furlongs on the main track. Going to kick off the pick 5 sequence. And I'm going to focus in on the 3 inside runners in terms of my top picks. The number 2, Silent Passion, is favored now, is going to be a heavy favorite in this spot for Nick Millenny Jr. Obviously, they claimed this one late last year for $10,000, had to sit on her for quite some time. And in her return to the races, she was simply 4th best in that event. I thought she sort of never really made an impact. It was an even performance. She might have needed that race, though, off the freshening. I think now, second off the layoff, she's poised to take a huge step forward in a barn that is obviously one to always watch here. They're having a very productive meet from a sample size of not too many. They only have a handful of horses in the barn, and they do good work. So the 2, Silent Passion, is the top pick. To the inside, the number 1, Kabam, a fresh face here now in the barn of Claudia Rabstein, has not hit the board in 6 starts, and you start to wonder why. I mean, obviously this is going to be a return to the dirt for the first time since her debut, which was less than a year ago at Colonial, where the purse money's good, you get big fields. She never ran in there, and since then, she's always been against maiden special weight competition. She's a Virginia bred. So obviously she stays at maiden special weight, but this is going to be the softest group to date that she's ever faced. You have to think that might help her, as well as getting back on the dirt. So we'll see what she can do here. Wouldn't be surprised if she runs well. Also wouldn't be surprised if she needs a start or 2 and might need a drop in class. But I use her underneath. And finally, the 3, Faithful Gift. You know what you're getting with her. She shows up just about every time. 5 for 9 in the money in her career. Just missed last time out behind Arrivederci for Larry Ravelli, who was able to take them on the front end. And I love the way that she was able to close in there. In terms of her races, it was a career best effort, not just because of the narrow margin, but the figure came back better than any of her prior efforts. And you kind of look at her bad race this year. The only other start was in that Summer Solstice Cup, and she was way far back. She sort of wants to be maybe 2-3 lengths off of it early and then try to close. And I think we're going to see her take a huge step forward here. And you know what you're getting, as I mentioned. She's more dirt proven than the other 2 I mentioned, and I'm not worried about this jump up in class. Sometimes I think we see the $4,000 maiden claimers, you go up to the special weight, but there's a lot of movement here at Fort Erie between these horses on the grounds. And even yesterday there were horses that jumped up to maiden special weight competition from 4s and hit the board. So don't hold that against a Faithful Gift. I think she's a major player here, at least in the exotics. But the horse to beat simply is the 2, Silent Passion. Good luck.
field is making their way on track for today's second race. Race 2 is a maiden allowance race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. Traveling a distance of 6 furlongs, competing for a purse of $21,600. Race 2 offers win, place, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent pick 5 wagering. Race 2 post parade, number 1 is Kabam! Chris Husbands rides for trainer Claudia Rabstein and owner Raymond Dion. Number 2, Silent Passion. Edgar Zenteno rides for trainer Nick Malini Jr. and owner Pasquale Saiva. Number 3 is Faithful Gift. Melanie Pinto has the call for trainer Sharon Chicotto, who owns in partnership with Vino Bahari. Number 4 is Almasty's Pride. Pierre Mailhot in the saddle for trainer Corey McChesney, who owns in partnership with Canny Ing. Completing the field, number 5, Real Love is Lucky, racing for Ace Racing Stable. Deshaun Gaskin rides for trainer Scott Fairley. 2 minutes to post for race 2. Pick 5 wagering kicks off here. Starting gate moving into position. Last call to get your race 2 wagers in. 4 to 5 favorite is the number 2, Silent Passion. 2 to 1 support on the number 3, Faithful Gift, and 7 to 2 action on the Woodbine Shipper, number 1, Kabam. Pick 5 wagering offered here in the second. Field for race 1 is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Pick 5 wager here in the second. First to load, making her Fort Erie debut, is Kabam with Chris Husbands. Silent Passion at 4 to 5 looks to give Edgar Zenteno both ends of the early double. Faithful Gift and Melanie Pinto. Almasty's Pride with Pierre Mailhot. Goes up. Last in will be Real Love is Lucky and Deshaun Gaskin. All set. And they're off. Kabam broke a bit slowly. Real Love is Lucky is showing speed from the outside with Faithful Gift between her and an inside running Silent Passion. Almasty's Pride in a stalking position on the outside, and now Kabam hustling up the rail to join the fray. All 5 are across the track as they reach the 4.5 furlong marker. A narrow advantage to Silent Passion with Faithful Gift between horses. Now Almasty's Pride puts the head in front as Real Love is Lucky steadies. Kabam still the trailer, but just 3 lengths off the lead. 23-1 for the opening quarter, and now they separate. Almasty's Pride is up by 2. Silent Passion watching from second. 2 more lengths to Real Love is Lucky from third. Kabam needs to do better from fourth, and the new trailer is Faithful Gift. Silent Passion easily overtakes Almasty's Pride. Now Real Love is Lucky tries to launch a bid. At the back stills Kabam and Faithful Gift. 47-1 to the half, and Silent Passion is moving easily up front. It's Silent Passion. The lead is at least 7. Real Love is Lucky trying to hold second from a late charging Kabam and Faithful Gift, but with every stride, Silent Passion extends the margin. Silent Passion in a league of her own. Silent Passion geared down, still going to win by 10. Real Love is Lucky is going to try and hold second from Faithful Gift, then Kabam, 1-12-2. Unofficial in race 2, the winner is number 2, Silent Passion. Second, number 5, Real Love is Lucky. Third, number 3, Faithful Gift. And fourth, number 1, Kabam. Unofficial race 2 order, 2-5-3-1. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's second race, number 2, Silent Passion. Silent Passion is a 4-year-old bay filly by Passion for Action out of Victoria Bay, bred here in Ontario by Frank Mermenstein. Edgar Zenteno gets a riding double in the first 2 races today. Silent Passion is trained by Nick Malini Jr. for owner Pascual Saiva. Silent Passion breaks the maiden in start number 15, her second attempt of the 2025 season, completing the 6 furlongs, all on her own in a time of 1:12 and 2. Congratulations to the connections of Silent Passion. Race 2 is now official. Prices are up. Silent Passion returns $270 to win, $210 and $210. Second is the 5, Real Love is Lucky, $540 to place, $250. Third, number 3, Faithful Gift, $210 to show. $2 Exacta, $2.5, $10.20. The $1 Try, $2.53, $8.30. $1 Super, $2.531, $9.60. And the $2 Double, $5.2, $3.60. The fan favorite Wiener Dog races come back to Fort Erie this Sunday, July 13th. Family-friendly fun and admission is free. More dog racing action comes back to the Border Oval on Sunday, August 17th, when the Basset Hounds and Corgis will take the track. Changes for race 3. We have an overweight on the number 2, Black Hill Sheriff. The rider will be 2 pounds over at 120. 17 minutes to post.
Race 3 up next kicks off the late pick 4. 5 ace here on the turf course, a maiden claiming event. $4,000 is the claiming price, and happy to be on the grass today once again. Looking at this group, 2 horses are going to take the play. It's going to be the 6 Burkus or the 7 War Empire, who's going in front of me right now with his handler, excuse me. I went to the 6 Burkus. Curious to see what we'll see in terms of the price on the odds as they get closer to post time, but Burkus, you can see the performances on the grass. They've just been against way tougher competition in the States, whether it be at the fairgrounds or more recently at Hawthorne, where the prior trainer, Larry Ravelli, is stabled at. They're okay performances. You can look at the dirt races and look at the Beyer speed figures, and you'll see what you see. They're lower. This horse is better on the grass, needs to be on the grass, and is an offspring of Kitten's Joy. So I think in for $4,000, Burkus makes a lot of sense, but same can be said about the 7 War Empire, who has 3 starts against maiden special weight competition, then moved to the barn of Donnie McRae and was 5th in a big field of $15,000 maiden claimers. 14, I thought ran okay considering the trip, and it was different, right? It was on the Tapeta going 6.5. Excited to see this one get on the grass, cut back in distance. The sprinting effort on the E.P. Taylor going 6.5 was by far his best performance. So thinking this horse is a big shot. I'm kind of curious to see how he's behaving. Looks like he's going to get saddled out here on the walk, and so far just a little full of himself, but nothing wrong with that. And finally from here it's wide open. Looked at the number 3 Final Run for Love to get a piece in here, because that's what he does. I mean, he shows up every single time. He's 6 for 10 in the money. He obviously hasn't been able to graduate yet, but he's run well. And the turf he's only tried once. In his lone turf effort, he got a 39 Beyer speed figure. It came at this level. He finished in front of Magical Champagne, who will have to face again, and, was somewhat close to it, but they went pretty slow that day. It was over a yielding turf course, a lot of moisture in the grass, so curious to see the trip that he'll get, but obviously he tries every single time. You can't ask a horse to do much more than that, but I do think the main 2 in here are the 6 Burkus and the 7 War Empire, and I go to the 6 Burkus as the top pick. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's third race. Race 3 is a maiden claiming race for 3-year-olds and up. Going for a claiming price of $4,000 down to $3,750, traveling a distance of about 5 furlongs over the turf course, competing for a purse of $15,000. Race 3 offers Win Place Show, Exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent late pick 4 wagering. Race 3 post parade, number 1 is Sugar Drop. Melanie Pinto rides for trainer Joe Humber and owner Robert Elkins. Away from parade, number 2, Black Hill Sheriff, racing for David Mathis. Pierre Mailhot rides for trainer Julie Mathis. Number 3 is Final Run for Love, Edgar Zenteno in the saddle for trainer Bill McMahon and owners Janelle McMahon and Amanda Ezra. Number 4, Nino de Mama. Amanda Vandermeersch has the call for trainer Christina Roberts and owner Christina Mills. Away from parade, 5, Magical Champagne. Alexis Sanchez riding for trainer Steve Cathcart, who owns in partnership with Joseph Roberto, Guy Blair, and Dan Blair. 6 is Ascot Studs Burkus. Terry Husbands will ride for trainer Jimmy Goldenberg. Number 7 is War Empire. Chris Husbands pilots for trainer Kevin Buttigieg and owners Corinne Clark, Monique Dion, and Peter O'Gara. JMR Racing own the number 8, JMR Torino. Omar Marino riding for trainer Steve Cherkop. Completing the field, number 9, Cowboys Sequel. Deshaun Gaskin rides for owner-trainer Joe Humber. 1 minute to post for race 3. Late pick 4 wagering kicks off here. Field is crossing on to the turf course before the starting gate takes position. Not much time left to get your race 3 wagers in. 6-5 favorite, the number 7, War Empire. 5-2 support on the number 6, Burkus. 7-2 on the number 1, Sugar Drop. And 5-1 on the number 3, Final Run for Love. Field of 9 on the turf to kick off the late pick 4. Starting gate is in position. Last call to get your race 3 wagers in. They'll be heading to post shortly. Loose on the turf course, number 2, Black Hill Sheriff. Stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, by order of the stewards, we have a late scratch here in race 3. Steward scratch the number 2, Black Hill Sheriff. Win, play, show, exactor, try, double beginning in race 3. And pick 3, pick 4s that begin in race 3. Those wagers will be refunded. There'll be a consolation double paid out on the double that began in race number 2. And if you have Black Hill Sheriff in any pick 3, pick 4, or pick 5 wagers that have already begun, you will inherit the post-time favorite. Once again, that is a late steward scratch of the number 2, Black Hill Sheriff, here from race 3. Slight delay before the start of race 3. And Black Hill Sheriff has finally been apprehended. He will be taken off the course. And we will be able to begin loading for race 3 after Black Hill Sheriff is off track. Starting gate moving back into position. Set to begin loading for race 3. It is now post time. Scratch down to a field of 8 to kick off the late pick 4. First in is the filly, Sugar Drop and Melanie Pinto. Final run for love. Edgar Zenteno has already won the first 2 on today's card. Nino de Mama with Amanda Vandermeersch. Goes up. Magical Champagne and Alexis Sanchez. Burkus with Terry Husbands. 3-2 favorite War Empire with Chris Husbands. Trainer Kevin Buttigieg already with a win on the card. JMR Torino with Omar Marino. Last in will be Cowboy Sequel and Deshaun Gaskin. All set, and they're off. Out slowly, Nino de Mama, showing speed from the center, is Magical Champagne with Burkus. Sugar Drop along the inside. Deep on the course is War Empire, and deeper still, Cowboy Sequel. Final Run for Love finds himself near the back on the inside of JMR Torino. The early trailer after the slow beginning is Nino de Mama. Magical Champagne has the advantage as they sort themselves out. He's being hounded by War Empire. Burkus back in a stalking spot in third. Cowboy Sequel begins to lose position. Sugar Drop on the inside with JMR Torino. Final Run for Love, and still trailing is Nino de Mama. 23 flat for the opening quarter. Magical Champagne still leads the way. War Emperor at 2-5 needs to do better from second. Burkus is 3 deep. Sugar Drop, a late rally from Final Run for Love. Still going strong up front is Magical Champagne. Burkus trying to come down the outside. Burkus is rallying. Magical Champagne holding. Magical Champagne. Burkus with one late surge. Burkus, Magical Champagne. Photo finish. I think Burkus got up over Magical Champagne. War Empire was third, and then a late closing Final Run for Love, 58-4. In the photo, it's the number 6, Burkus, getting up over the number 5, Magical Champagne. Third was the 7, War Empire. Fourth, number 3, Final Run for Love. Unofficial race 3 order, 6-5-7-3. Race 3 is now official. Now returning to the winner's circle, the official winner of today's third race, number 6, Burkus. Burkus is a 4-year-old bay gelding by Kitten's Joy out of Decorating, bred in France by Mr. Craig Bernick. Ridden to victory today by Terry Husbands, Burkus is trained by Jimmy Goldenberg for Ascot Stud. In his Fort Erie debut, Burkus gets up by a head, maybe a nose, to break the maiden in start number 6. He completes the about 5 furlong distance in a time of 58-4. Congratulations to the connections of Burkus. Prices will be posted shortly. Burkus returns $9 to win, $5.20 and $2.30. Long shot number 5, Magical Champagne was second, $19.50 to place, $4.40. Third, number 7, War Empire, $2.10 to show. $2 exacta, 6.5, 99.50. The $1 try, 6.57, 86.75. $1 Super, 6573, $243.45. $2 Double, 26, 1140. The Consolation Double with the late scratch number 2 is 230. And the $1 Pick 3, 780. On screen now, the win photo from race 3. The winner was claimed Burkus, claimed by Lori Norris, moves to the barn of trainer Mickey Neubauer. And we'd like to wish a very happy 21st birthday to Aaron Melly. Happy birthday, Aaron, from all of your friends and family here at Fort Erie Racetrack. Race 4 is coming up in 17 minutes. There are no changes.
We stay sprinting here in the fourth, but we move back to the main track. 6.5 furlongs is the distance for these non-winners, the 3 lifetime in for the claiming price of $6,250. And I'll start with the logical horse on top, the 2 Coherence, who, if you're able to get a good look at this horse, he certainly doesn't look like a $6,250 claimer. I mean, he just carries a lot of weight. He's very good looking. You can see he's still intact, so he's got that big neck on him, and a beautiful son of Sky Mesa who's done quite well in his career so far in terms of being consistent, and finally got here to the dirt last time out. And he is undefeated now on the dirt, 1 for 1 in his career. I thought Cheyenne Kerr gave him a beautiful ride, was patient from the break, which sometimes can be a little tough here, especially when there is a little bit of a speed bias here on the main track. But let him break, get into a rhythm, and then they went to the front and they stayed clear in that event. So obviously now has to jump up to non-winners of 3 life. But based on what we saw last time out, he's the horse to beat in here. So I do use him on top. From here, a couple of others to look at. Was torn between the 4 Bill Needle and the 8 Canadian Avro. I'll go to Bill Needle underneath, who sometimes is a little inconsistent. I liked his kind of final time we saw him last year. Then I liked him going into the race on opening day and was disappointed. And then he was able to regroup, second start off the freshening. I think a lot had to do with the distance as well. I think in the 5 furlong events, they just go too quick for him, and 6.5 seems to suit him better. He came up a length short behind Attestation, who the name might ring a bell, was able to win yesterday on the program. And so I think Bill Needle finds himself in a good spot today and technically is a little bit of a drop in class. And I should point out the horse that finished behind Bill's Needle, Rise My Guy, also won yesterday on the program. So productive event there on June 23rd. I mentioned the other horse being the number 8 Canadian Avro. This one now in the barn of Joe Humber, who claimed this one for $7,500 for these connections. The blinkers go on. This horse has shown some speed. Obviously has some races where this horse has been productive, say going 7/8. Does have a good 6.5 furlong effort as well, and has the outside draw in here. Does have a local drill over the track that was really speedy, and I think with having some gate speed, having the outside draw, he could be a danger in here. But for me, all eyes on the number 2 Coherence, who looks the part and did look very good here, winning in his 40 Erie debut last time out. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's fourth race. Race 4 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. Going for a claiming price of $6,250 down to $6,000. Traveling a distance of 6 1/2 furlongs, competing for a purse of $19,800. Race 4 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, and 20-cent pick 3 wagering. Race 4 post parade, number 1 is Defogger. Kirk Johnson rides for trainer Ken Albu and owner Pier 1 Stables. Natural 8 stable owned the number 2, Coherence. Cheyenne Kerr rides for trainer Danny Wills. Number 3, Developing the Way. Juan Crawford riding for trainer Julie Mathis and owner Bruno Schickadans. Ken Albu owns and trains the number 4, Bill Needle. The rider is Chris Husbands. Number 5 is Storm and Dave. Alexis Sanchez pilots for owner-trainer Steve Cathcart. Number 6 is Fast and Ready, racing for Tucci Stables. Leo Salas rides for trainer Danny Wills. Number 7, 40 Flash. Pierre Mailhot riding for trainer Barb Bailey and owner Jennifer Gutierrez. Completing the field, number 8, Canadian Avro. Melanie Pinto has the call for trainer Joe Humber and owner Gerald Erfel. Final pick 3 of the day coming up here in race 4. Field is heading into the chute, approaching the starting gate. Not much time left to get those race 4 wagers in. 9-5 favorite, the number 8, Canadian Avro. 5-2 on the number 2, Coherence. Final pick 3 of the day here in race 4. Race 4 field heading behind the starting gate. It is now post time. First to come up is DeFogger with Kirk Johnson. Last out winner, Coherence with Cheyenne Kerr. Developing the Way, making his Fort Erie debut with Juan Crawford. Bill Needle and Chris Husbands. Storm and Dave with Alexis Sanchez. Leo Salas aboard Fast and Ready. Favoritism shifted to Coherence at 8-5. 40 Flash and Pierre Mailhot. Last in will be Canadian Avro and Melanie Pinto. All set. And they're off. Storm and Dave stumbled at the start, developing the way also out slowly. From the inside, DeFogger is being hustled with Canadian Avro deep on the course. And between horses, Coherence, these three will make the early pace. It's 2 lengths back to Fast and Ready, racing on the inside of 40 Flash. Then we have Storm and Dave racing a length and a half better than Bill Needle, and the trailer developing the way. From the outside, Canadian Avro has cleared. He's opened up 2 lengths on Coherence, who's worked his way off the inside as they complete the opening quarter in 22-3. DeFogger is backpedaling now. Between horses, Storm and Dave, 40 Fast and Ready. 40 Flash also moving well on the outside. Bill Needle is stalling. Storm and Dave tired, and at the back, DeFogger. It is Canadian Avro freewheeling on a 3-length lead for Melanie Pinto. The half was a quick 45 flat. It's Canadian Avro on top in this well spread out field. Coherence is second. It's well back to Fast and Ready and 40 Flash. Up the inside, Bill Needle tries to rally. Canadian Avro still moving well with 1/8 of a mile to hold. It's Canadian Avro up by 4. Coherence is wandering to the outside. Bill Needle with a late rally up the fence. Canadian Avro is tired, but he still has the advantage. Bill Needle is storming. Canadian Avro, Bill Needle. Bill Needle gets up. It's Bill Needle and Chris Husbands. Canadian Avro second, then Coherence and Fast and Ready. 118 flat. Unofficial in race 4, the winner is number 4, Bill Needle. Second is the 8, Canadian Avro. Third, number 2, Coherence. And fourth, number 6, Fast and Ready. Unofficial race 4 order, 4-8-2-6. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's fourth race, number 4, Bill Needle. Bill Needle is a 6-year-old bay gelding by Distorted Humor out of Game, bred here in Ontario by Sean Fitzhenry. Rallying to victory under Christopher Husbands, Bill Needle is owned and trained by Ken Albu. Third lifetime win in 31 starts for Bill Needle, his first win of the campaign. He gets up to complete the 6.5 in a time of 1:18 flat. Congratulations to the connections of Bill Needle. Hold all tickets until race 4 is made official. And race 4 is official. Prices are up. Bill Needle returns $19.90 to win, $7.70 and $3.60. Number 8, Canadian Avro was second, $6.20 to place, $3.60. Third, number 2, Coherence, $2.40 to show. $2 exacta, $4.8, $90.90. The $1 try, $4.82, $132.85. $1 super, $4.826, $357.80. $2 double, $6.4, $54.90. $1 pick 3, $52.85, and the $1 early pick 4, $110.25. If you're on track with us today, stick around. After the last race, we'll have our free concert featuring Cottage Brew at the Tiki Bar. Fort Foodie Fest returns on Sunday, July 27th. Don't miss out on the delicious action, kicking off at noon. Oneida New Holland of Niagara is a proud partner of Fort Erie Racetrack. We want to thank them for providing us with a new tractor for our maintenance this season. Race 5, coming up in 18 minutes, we have a steward scratch of the number 1, Valerian Sky.
Race 5 kicks off the late double, a really nice allowance event here on the main track at 5.5 furlongs. And I think the distance is the key. I think there are horses in here that probably want to go 6.5, a couple that are fine at 5.5, and maybe one or two that want to go 5/8. So makes it an interesting betting event. Obviously, also a rematch of a cup race that we had here on Father's Day, one of those stakes races, the Long Run Thoroughbred Retirement. We're seeing several horses exit that event. We'll start here with the winner of that event, the number 7, Garofoli here for Tony Adamo, Icon Racing. This is a horse that they claim for $25,000. They had to wait a couple weeks to kind of get him in the entry box, but he was ready to roll here. He got a career best buyer speed figure of an 88 and got a great ride from Juan Crawford. He was a little weird in that race if you watch the replay. He tried to get out. Don't know what he was kind of looking at, but obviously Juan expected that from him, kind of said that in the post-race interview and was able to keep him under wraps and to get him to move forward. Ended up winning by a length. And I think 5.5 or 6 furlongs is the go-to for him. He looked great as he was getting saddled. Just makes a lovely impression in a horse that as another effort here at Fort Erie against tougher competition, got a different trip, was able to roll from off of it to miss less than a length and a half when it was all said and done, finishing 4th. So I think the thing that I don't love is that he draws the outside once again, but he's versatile. He can be forward, he can roll from off of it. And I do think, considering he he smashed the track record last time out, 102 and 3/5 of a second there for 5.5 furlongs, he could be extremely tough in here. Now, his main rival, in my opinion, is towards the inside of the starting gate, the 2 Victory March. Be honest, I've always been a big fan of this horse. He obviously had some talent early in his career and maybe had some setbacks, and that's why you see him here at Fort Erie, but he has just been so formful here. He's 6 for 9 in his career in terms of wins, and last time out, he was simply second best. I would love to see these horses kind of square off at a longer distance. I think 6 or 6.5 for him. He'd prefer the 6.5. He can still, though, kind of close from off of it with pace help. He should get that in the spot. And I think if, you're looking to try to upset the 7 in here, probably Victory March is the logical. But the horse that's going to be setting the fractions early and did that in that stakes race on Father's Day is the 4 Shaku Maku. He's going to do it again. He has one way of going. It's to the front. He will go as quick as he can for as long as he can. And this is where that sort of distance comes back into play. For him, he probably wishes this was going 5 furlongs rather than 5.5, but he can still be effective. I actually don't dislike his performance last time out. He did the dirty work on the front end, and he only was beaten by 2 1/4 in there, and he could obviously take a step forward second time out. And something else to look at with him is how he loads. He's typically a horse that's not good in the starting gate getting loaded. I actually thought he was a little worse than usual last time out. Maybe that affected his performance just a little bit, but I mentioned it. He can take a step forward here, and he will be in front early. We'll see if he can stay, but not going to get creative. Go to the outside in here, the number 7. Garofoli for the Red Hot Icon Racing Stable and Tony Adamo. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's fifth race. Race 5 is an allowance race for 3-year-olds and up, traveling a distance of 5½ furlongs, competing for a purse of $24,600. Race 5 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, and 20-cent superfecta wagering. Race 5 Post Parade, scratch the 1. Number 2 is Victory March. Edgar Zenteno riding for owner-trainer John Sims. Number 3 is Cost Basis. Omar Marino has the call for trainer Julie Mathis and owner Bruno Schickedans. Tony Alderson owns and trains the number 4, Shaku Maku. The rider is Jeffrey Alderson. Number 5, Wet and Wild. Pierre Mailhot riding for trainer Louis Capi, who owns with Fortunato Galati. 6, Name of the Game. Matthew Dennis riding for trainer George Newland and owner Suresh Ramroop. Completing the field, number 7, Garofoli. Juan Crawford rides for trainer Tony Adamo and owner Icon Racing Stables. Race 5 is the feature, 3 minutes to post, late double wagering offered here. Starting gate taking position. Not much time left to get your race 5 wagers in. 7-5 favorite is the number 7, Garofoli. 2-1 on Victory March, number 2. In a rematch from Father's Day, Garofoli and Victory March will go toe-to-toe again. Field for race 5 is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Garofoli still favored at 3-2, now 7-5. Victory March at 2-1. Victory March will be the first to load with Edgar Zenteno looking for his 3rd win on the card. Last out winner Cost Basis with Omar Marino. The Rapid Shaku Maku and Jeffrey Alderson. Goes up. Wet and Wild makes his Fort Erie debut. Pierre Mailhot aboard. Name of the Game and Matthew Dennis. Last up will be Garofoli and Juan Crawford. All set. And they're off. Victory March out a step slowly. As expected, Shaku Maku is quick to the early lead. Garofoli is second on the outside with Name of the Game 3rd. 4th on the inside is Cost Basis. Victory March begins to gather his stride, and the new trailer is Wet and Wild. It's Shaku Maku. The lead is only a length as Garofoli keeps close tabs. He's got room up the inside to make his bid. Name of the Game back to 3rd. Victory March is ranging into contention early, moving well on the outside of Name of the Game as they complete the opening quarter in 22 flat. And this is an unusual sight. Shaku Maku no longer has the lead. The lead goes to Garofoli by ahead with Shaku Maku still there. Victory March moving well in 3rd. Cost Basis tries to rally. At the back, Name of the Game and Wet and Wild. They turn for home. Garofoli still trying to put away Shaku Maku, who's stubborn. Victory March with momentum down the far outside. 3 across the track at the 8th pole. Garofoli, Victory March, a rematch from Father's Day, and Victory March turns the tables. It's Victory March and Edgar Zenteno storming home to win by 2. Garofoli second best, and Shaku Maku and Cost Basis 103 and 1. Unofficial in race 5, the winner is number 2, Victory March. Second is the 7, Garofoli. Third, number 4, Shaku Maku, and fourth, number 3, Cost Basis. Unofficial race 5 order, 2743. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's 5th race, number 2, Victory March. Victory March is a 7-year-old chestnut gelding by McLean's Music out of Victory on Tap, bred in Kentucky by Judy Hicks. Third win on the card for Edgar Zenteno. Victory March is owned and trained by John Sims. Victory March now 2 for 3 this season, his 8th lifetime win in 28 starts, turning the tables on Garofoli and rallying to complete the 5.5 furlongs in a time of 1:03 and 1. Congratulations to the connections of Victory March. Hold all tickets until race 5 is made official. And race 5 is now official. Prices are up. Victory March returns $5.30 to win, $2.10 and $2.10. Second, number 7, Garofoli, $2.10, $2.10. Third, number 4, Shaku Maku, $2.30 to show. $2 exacta, $2.7, $6.90. The $1 try, $2.74, $8.45. $1 super, $2.743, $13.85. $2 double, $4.2, $66.20. And the $1 pick 3, $96.40. Be sure to book your table in the Turfside Dining Room, open on live racing days. Reservations are recommended. Head down to the Paddock Shack for burgers, hot dogs, sausages, fries, and poutine, plus beer and soft drinks, located near the walking ring. No changes for race 6, jackpot high five carryover in excess of $15,000, 20 minutes to post. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the winners of the non-winning ticket prize draw to announce here. Could Brittany Kinder and Julie Klinning please report to customer service? Congratulations, you have won the non-winning ticket prize draw for today. That's Brittany Kinder and Julie Klinning. Congratulations. Please head to customer service to collect your prizes.
We round out another week of racing here in the nightcap race number 6 at about 7 furlongs on the turf course. We have a claiming event for non-winners of 2 Life in for the tag of $6,250. And I'll kick things off here with the number 8 Panyard Tap, who's going to try the Fort Erie turf course for the first time. Only has one local effort here, and that was on the dirt, where this one faced Coherence, who we saw earlier today, Star Scholar, who finished second yesterday on the program. Now gets back onto the grass. I think that's going to be the preferred surface. This one 2 for 3 in the money on the turf. Love that the blinkers go on. And just a little fun fact here, if you look at the pedigree here of the 8 Panyard Tap, the mare's name might ring a bell. Lady of Murray won 16 races in her career, much of them being here at Fort Erie, and she was just a tenacious little thing, a really nice sprinter. A couple different local trainers had her, including Daryl Ezra. And, kind of looking at this one, the grass is going to be fine. As we mentioned, we know that the mare did good on the grass, but also this horse is already proven on the turf course. So Panyard Tap on top, and worth noting, Edgar Zenteno having a brilliant day with 33 winners on the program. The 4 Deliria was the morning line favorite at 5-2. This one running for Joe Humber, and claimed this one back last year. Had a couple starts in the barn, and this is a horse that's been in and out of the barn over the years, but the best efforts have been here on the turf, including that win, 9.5 maiden score, 4 starts back, while against a $7,000 maiden claimer sprinting. A little bit of a different ball game, stretching out. We have seen this one go long on the turf course here before, was 3rd best behind Prince for a Day and Opeachy, and just sort of chase the pace in there. Curious to see this one will be ready to roll fresh off the layoff, but did have a nice breeze back on June 30th, 48-2 on the main track. And finally, the 7 Screen Legend, a beautiful gray son of Big Screen, who was a 4-length maiden victor last time out on the dirt, was dropping in class, was in for the lowest tag of his career, and was able to fire a big effort. One of his better ones, and now it's going to try the turf once again. Has 2 turf efforts, one on the E.P. Taylor, one on the inner up at Woodbine, and one of the efforts was quite good. A nice 2nd place finish where this one was able to roll from off of it. So curious to see the tactics. Obviously in for a higher tag than last time, and now in the new barn of Mike Blake. But for me, going to go to one of the horses on the outside, the 8 Panyard Tap, as the top pick. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's sixth and final race. Race 6 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. Going for a claiming price of $6,250 down to $6,000, traveling a distance of about 7 furlongs over the turf course, competing for a purse of $19,800. Race 6 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, 20-cent super, and 20-cent jackpot high five wagering. That carryover is in excess of $15,000. Race 6 post parade, number 1 is Wolf Beach. Juan Crawford riding for trainer George Newland and owner Lincoln Rodhay. Number 2 is Rescue That Girl, racing for Candace Warwick. Alexis Sanchez riding for trainer Steve Cathcart. Number 3 is Forest Woodsman. Chris Husbands in the saddle for trainer Danny Wills and owner Jeannie Ryan. Number 4 is Delirio. Deshaun Gaskin riding for trainer Joe Humber and owner Robert Elkins. Number 5 is Miss D's Pride. Andre Martin rides for trainer Howard Keene and owner Six Brothers Stable. Chris Nolan owns the number 6, I'm an Island Boy. Omar Marino riding for trainer Steve Cherkop. Number 7, Screen Legend. Melanie Pinto has the call for trainer Mike Blake and owners Ascot Stud and Michael Blake Sr. Number 8 is Panyard Tap. Edgar Zenteno riding for trainer George Newland and owner J-Don Racing. Completing the field, number 9, Canadian Daddy. Pierre Mailhot rides for owner-trainer Barbara Bailey. 1 minute to post for race 6. Jackpot high five wagering offered here. Carryover is over $15,000. Starting gate taking place on the turf course. Field about to cross over. Not much time left to get your race 6 wagers in. 9-5 favorite, the number 1, Wolf Beach. 3-1 support on the number 8, Panyard Tap. $15,000 in the jackpot high 5 carryover. Race 6 field behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Field of 9 to go a circuit of the turf course to close out the racing week here at Fort Erie Racetrack. $15,000 jackpot high 5 carryover up for grabs if you can have the only winning ticket. 2-1 co-favorites Wolf Beach and Panyard Tap, numbers 1 and 8. 3-1 support on the number 4 Delirio. Rider is off the number 2, Rescue That Girl. Just slightly delaying the loading process. They're going to bring up Wolf Beach first with Juan Crawford. Goes in. Rescue That Girl, still fractious behind the gate. Goes in. Alexis Sanchez will climb back aboard. Forest Woodsman and Chris Husbands will come to gate 3 as favoritism has shifted to Delirio. Slightly favored over Wolf Beach. Still waiting on Forest Woodsman. Goes in. Delirio makes his first start of the year here with Deshaun Gaskin aboard. Miss D's Pride and Andre Martin. I'm an Island Boy in from Woodbine with Omar Marino. Screen Legend, off the claim, Melanie Pinto. Co-favorite Panyard Tap, Edgar Zenteno looking for his 4th win on the day. Last in will be Canadian Daddy and Pierre Mailhot. All set for the nightcap. And they're off. Rescue That Girl out slowly from the center of the gate. Misty's Pride is showing speed with Forest Woodsman. Delirio going to settle between horses in 3rd with I'm an Island Boy looking to make his way to the inside. Then we have Panyard Top racing wide on the course with Screen Legend, Rescue That Girl, and on the inside, Wolf Beach. The early trailer is Canadian Daddy. Leading the charge as they turn into the backside, Forest Woodsman. It's Forest Woodman and Chris Husbands being pressed by Misty's Pride. Delirio is well spotted, but rank under Deshaun Gaskin as they pass the quarter in 23-3. It's a gap of 2 more to Panyard Top, who's gaining on the outside past Screen Legend. Wide on the course, Canadian Daddy has made an advance. Between horses, Rescue That Girl, I'm an Island Boy on the inside, and the new trailer is Wolf Beach. Misty's Pride and Forest Woodsman still make the pace as Delirio watches from third. Into fourth, Panyard Top is moving early. Fifth on the outside, Screen Legend with Rescue That Girl. Canadian Daddy begins to stall. I'm an Island Boy on the inside, and Wolf Beach needs to get going from the back. 46-4 to the half. Forest Woodsman still leads the way. Misty's Pride is second. Panyard Top is into third, but he's had a very wide journey. Delirio needs somewhere to go. Rescue That Girl now splits horses. It's Forest Woodsman. He's put away Misty's Pride, but he's going to have to hold off the late charging Delirio. Rescue That Girl coming. Forest Woodsman on top. Delirio splitting horses. Rescue That Girl. Late charge from Screen Legend. I'm an Island Boy up the inside. Rescue That Girl takes the lead and pulls off a slight upset. It's Rescue That Girl over Screen Legend, Delirio, Forest Woodsman, then I'm an Island Boy, 125-4. Unofficial in race 6, the winner is number 2, Rescue That Girl. Second is the 7, Screen Legend. Third, number 4, Delirio. Fourth, number 3, Forest Woodsman. Unofficial race 6 order, 2-7-4-3. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's 6th race, number 2, Rescue That Girl. Rescue That Girl is a 5-year-old dark bay or brown gelding by Musketeer out of Recovery Girl, bred here in Ontario by Jonathan Newnham. Ridden to victory today by apprentice Alexis Sanchez, Rescue That Girl is trained by Steve Cathcart for Candice Warwick. Rescue That Girl now 2 for 2 over the Fort Erie turf. He rallies to win his seasonal debut here to complete the about 7 furlong distance in a time of 1:25.4. Congratulations to the connections of Rescue That Girl. Hold all tickets until race 6 is made official. And race 6 is now official. Prices are up. Rescue That Girl returned $11.20 to win, $6.10 and $4.10. Second, number 7, Screen Legend, $7 to place, $4.10. Third, number 4, Delirio, $3.40 to show. $2 Exacta, 2.7, $103.90. The $1 Try, 2.74, $203.65. $1 Super, 2.743, $1,152.70. More information on the Jackpot High Five to come later. $2 Double, a pair of twos, $45 even. The $1 Try, $1 Pick 3, I should say, $220.25. $1 Pick 4, $1,003.85. And the $1 Pick 5, $1,834.10. We had a claim out of race 6. The number 7, Screen Legend, claimed by John Brown, moves to the barn of trainer Julie Mathis. Visit our website, FortErieRacing.com, for information about everything going on here at the track. Tune into the pre-race show to get info about the track conditions, scratches and changes, handicapping selections, and info about upcoming races and events. Racing is back next week at Fort Erie, Sunday, July 13th for Wiener Dog Day. Post time will be 12:15. Then on Monday, the 14th, post time 4:30. If you're on track with us tonight, stick around. Cottage Brew taking the stage soon. Wiener Dog races come back this Sunday to Fort Erie Racetrack. Family-friendly fun. Admission is free. Post time is 12:15. More dog racing action coming up this summer on Sunday, August 17th when the Basset Hounds and Corgis take the track. Fort Foodie Fest returns on Sunday, July 27th. Don't miss out on the delicious action kicking off at noon. I want to say thank you to our partners at Oneida New Holland of Niagara for providing us with a new tractor for our maintenance this season. Tune into the Fort Erie Race Replay Show, Channel 700, Your TV Niagara, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. That concludes the racing week here from Fort Erie Racetrack. We want to thank everybody for joining us this week. The wagering support has been strong of late, and we want to greatly appreciate all of our fans for making this possible. Thoroughbred Racing returns to Fort Erie on Sunday and Monday coming up. Wiener Dog Day on Sunday. Right now, Cottage Brew playing at the Tiki Bar, so if you're on track, stick around. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night, and we'll see you on Sunday.